Good morning and welcome to Let's Talk on a Second Chance. My name is Philip Jones.
My name is Tafaro Cook, two-time kidney transplant recipient and founder of Kidney Care Coaches, where we coach people with stage 3 to stage 5 kidney disease. If you or you know someone who has kidney disease challenges, hit us up at kidneycarecoaches.com.
Go ahead and start us off today, Ms. Cook, with this article.
Cool. Hey, man, we got this crazy article talking about the clinics. Clinic reports patients forced to leave dialysis treatments early due to Casper assisted scheduling. This is crazy, man. But I'm gonna read this article. I'm gonna read a little bit of it, and then we're gonna get into a discussion with it. Two people who work at U.S. Renal Care's location in Casper told the Casper City Council Tuesday that the clinic is experiencing problems involving patients being forced to miss dialysis treatments or being taken off dialysis too early due to the city's door-to-door transportation service schedule known as Casper Assist. Now, U.S. Renal Administrators Linda Smith and social worker Kathy Korinsky asked the city council if anything can be done to help ensure dialysis patients are able to make it to their clinic and stay through the end of their treatment once there. Korinsky told the city council that since May of 2021, the clinic has been asked to take patients off dialysis treatment early 18 times in order for those patients to be able to get a ride back from Assist. She said there were 4 times that Assist dropped patients off late, causing them to miss dialysis treatment, and 5 times that the patients have been unable to make their appointments at all due to Assist being closed. So this is, in other words, the transportation company was closed. She said that Assist inability to go to Mills, and Mills is the dialysis is a part of the city that they're in, to go to the west end of town and to provide services on Saturdays has left patients struggling to find transportation. Kalinsky said that she and Smith had reached out to Assist to see if anything can be done, but had been told that the transportation service is forced to stick to the operating budget they had been given by the city. Dialysis is a treatment people rely on. Let me just go in here. Let me just say this. Let me just read this last part, then we're going to go into the discussion. Dialysis is a treatment people rely on when the kidneys are not functioning properly. We all know that. The treatment removes waste products and excess fluid from the body. Kalinsky said that Kalinsky said that the treatment typically lasts 3 to 4 hours, and patients typically receive those treatments 3 times per week. What's your thoughts on this field with this challenge going
on? I think it's a challenge that shouldn't be a challenge. I mean, if you're going to provide an assistance program to be able to get these people to dialysis, then you put everything you need to put into it, make sure that it continues to keep running and running properly to get these people to and from dialysis. You make sure you have the right amount of number of drivers to make sure that they stay, on schedule, to make sure they can get these people to dialysis on time, to be able to do their own treatment. You make sure you get them, you pick them at the right time where they get off so they can get home at the right time. Things of that nature. The reason transportation, when you're a transportation support system, should not be the reason why people don't get on their machine 100%. I can understand if this is an issue caused by the patient. They're slacking, they're taking too long to get ready, for the people coming to pick them up. which causes them to be, shorter time to get somebody. Okay, that I can understand being an issue when they're the problem, but it should never be the people who are actually providing transportation service that's the issue for somebody not being able to get their whole treatment done or have to get off early or anything of that nature. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, this is what's crazy about this is, the majority of people on dialysis are, Medicaid, Medicare, and Medicare pays for their transportation, and that's a government funding. So how can this be a problem? I mean, if it's a problem with the company, which his name is Assist, couldn't they take it up with the government? I mean, whoever's funding them, because they are getting funded to pick up patients, to wait for patients, especially on hemo. You know as well as I do on hemo, when you got a fistula, if they give you too much heparin or something like that, you could bleed for a long time. I've sat in the dialysis center after my fistula was I'm holding it and everything after I was done with my treatment, and they gave me too much heparin, and I had to stay there 4 hours extra. Now I was driving my own car, but the point I'm making is these things happen, so they got to take that into account. That patients might not be ready because, again, sometimes these treatments are pretty brutal. Where you be tired, you might not be ready because your arm, your fistula, all these things should be in account to what goes on. And you mean to tell me people like they're talking about in this article where the people are missing their time getting off, like where the company's like, hey, we're not waiting, we got to go because this patient's not ready, or they're not even picking them up, man. And this is a government funding transportation thing, just like dialysis is government funding to the majority of people. And you're not picking up the patients, but yet still you picking up that check. Assistant is getting paid by the government, and they're getting paid good by the government, and they're not doing their job, man. And then in the same article, U.S. Renal jumped in because it was a U.S. Renal dialysis unit. They jumped in and start asking the church, the local church, could they bring patients? And that shouldn't happen. This should be all funded by the government. This should not be going on. What's your thoughts with them asking the church, the local church, to jump in and start bringing people to dialysis? Man,
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm the church, even I know, pretty much what you just said of them being funded by the government. So my first question is gonna be, what are y'all paying me? Because I know y'all getting paid for this, so y'all need to, you know, kick some of that, this way. I mean, especially 9 times out of 10 in a city church like that is probably, it probably needs some work done somewhere, paint job or reconstruction somewhere or whatever the case may be. So it's not a bad thing in that sense. To asking for people, asking for the government to pay for something, especially when it's not something that is a
I
normal
think
for them.
I understand, but honestly, the church is helping a lot of people that don't have, you know. Matter of fact, hold on, let me just say this. This is the government's problem. This is the U.S. Reno's problem. This is not the church's problem. The church already said, look, we're helping people already, and we're helping people, and we're not getting paid. U.S. Reno is not throwing a check to the church. They're not throwing a check to the church. They want them to just bring people. That's
Right.
crazy. U.S. Renal is getting paid every time a dialysis patient does their treatment. Assist is getting paid every time they're supposed to pick up a patient. This is between the transportation company, and this is between U.S. Renal. The church doesn't have anything to do with this. That's all I'm saying. The church has their own things to work with, and they're working with, mostly with nonprofit situations, working with other people and things like that. And they're not even getting paid to help people out. And I commend the church for trying to help, but this is clearly not their problem. This is a problem with U.S. Reno, and this is a problem with the transportation company. And you're jeopardizing people's lives. Just 15 minutes of that treatment. If you get taken off 15 minutes, you got more toxins built up in your body and everything. That could be critical. Those 15 minutes are critical. When I was on dialysis, hemodialysis, I ran my treatment full time, man. I wasn't playing. Even though something would happen, since I had to get off and use the restroom, they'd be like, "You want to get back on?" Hell yeah, I want to get back on because I know I ain't got no kids. I know this is the only thing that's keeping me live. I ain't never missed a treatment. I mean, and I'm pretty sure people understand how severe this is, and I take this pretty personal. That you ain't getting people to their treatments, man. I'm telling you, the government need to jump in this. This need to go a little bit higher up than U.S. Reno and the transportation company. Something needs to be done about this, and I'm talking about done in a situation where you start docking U.S. Reno or docking somebody's pay or get another transportation company, do something. Because again, you're jeopardizing people's lives. That's all I got to say about that.
Or add another transportation service, one of the two.
Do something.
But I do want to touch on this because it's a halfway true statement. It says I think it's a good idea. Most churches, depending, most churches, depending on the size of the church, have vans. Oftentimes, they only utilize. That's not even most of the time, really, because some churches have during the
Food, drugs, they got all kinds of stuff. They
programs.
got pick up kids. They got things where they pick up preschoolers, all those things, and other responsibilities.
Some of them have schools that are connected to their churches, or they go pick up homeless, or where they feed the homeless, or they assist elderly.
The point I'm making though is this:
things of
that's
that
not,
nature. So,
and the church does their things, and I'm not mad at the
right,
church for trying even to help, but this is not the church's problem.
it's
That's
not.
where I'm going with that. The church, I love that they like, hey, we're trying to assist and help as much as we can, but that ain't the church's problem, man. This is a American Reno, I mean U.S. Reno's problem, and the transportation's problem. That's what this is. That's where I'm at with this. Bella wrote, my response was only in retaliation to helping dialysis patients get to dialysis if necessary. I feel you on that, Bella. The church is just a hospital for the sick, and that doesn't just mean spirituality sick. You're right about that. I agree. But again, this is not the church's problem. This is a U.S. Renal problem, and this is a transportation problem. And both of those companies, U.S. Renal and the transportation companies, are both getting paid by the government to do a job that they're not doing. That's where and they said they missed 18 times. They didn't bring people 18. People missed 18 treatments. Yeah,
Just one of those treatments could have caused somebody to die.
hell yeah, it could have. We know that, and that's what I'm talking about, man. I'm telling you, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. But again, this is the kind of stuff that happens to people who are on dialysis. Why I feel sometimes low income people, when you low income, they don't really give you the love that you're supposed to get sometimes. The government, all them, it's the people. I shouldn't say low income. I take that back. I think it's the people without a voice. That's what it is. It's the people without a voice.
I think it's both. I mean, even low income, and the thing is, you can say low income, and it's not just in a sense of Black and brown people. It's just people in those areas in general, because I'm sure there's some Caucasian people who are in those lower income areas as well who are dealing with the same thing, because you could tell what somebody's ethnicity is, but sometimes some people just don't care. They just like, okay, these on the lower side of the of the totem pole, and basically in general, what they saying is F them. They get what they get, and that's not right. People need to get the same treatment all the way around, especially when it comes to the dialysis world. So, it's just the fact that it is mainly happening, like I said, these lower income areas, and it shouldn't be. So, I mean, it's gonna be another fight, that we got to deal with. We do need to eventually, get it taken care of, but it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot from a lot of us. So, but
Well,
I'm not gonna get into that.
One thing Bella said earlier, which I like a lot, is the quality of work ethic has severely diminished, and that's overall. With COVID right now, we got a lot of people that don't even want to work. And I'm not. Hey, they got their reasons. I ain't mad at them. I'm just saying. But she's exactly right when it comes to the quality. The work ethic is severely diminished. Where, man, you can't tell me you don't have a heart. You can't, if you sitting there waiting and you drive in this transportation, this person's in there trying to, get their fistula stopped, or they're a little bit late on the dialysis. You mean to tell me you can't wait? You can't wait for people like that? You don't have a heart enough to, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no ethics, no morals. That's a moral standpoint right there. Oh, we got to
Hey,
go. Man,
and
that's
here's
some
here's the
bullshit.
other thing that's crazy about this, right? And this may not be ideal for most people, but I know that because I know the type of people that are in the world, that there are some people who will be inclined to this. There's nothing wrong with putting something uh together where you ask people who are already, like, if you guys, like, for instance, me and you go to treatment at the same time, right? And you already know that you driving the treatment and get there early at a certain time, and you got a issue with the transportation system that gets me there, but but they know Mr. Cook gets there pretty early and comes the same way. Hell, Mr. Cook live a block or two over from Mr. Jones. And you might pick him up, Mr. Jones, on your way to treatment. Since you might get a yes, you may get a no, but it's worth a try if your overall objective is making sure that these people get to treatment, right? You're gonna have some
I
people
agree
that's like,
with
man,
you.
I
And
ain't gonna get
you know
up
what?
no.
What's crazy about what you said is I have picked up people. A homeboy of mine that was running the same time I was. I have picked them up when their car was down. Man, heck yeah, I'll come get you. I know you got to get your treatment just like I do. But I just have a challenge with people playing with people's lives like this. Sometimes a lot of people don't understand how severe dialysis is, and we know. I know firsthand. You know firsthand. Several of us know firsthand. That how severe that your treatment is. You ain't got no kidneys working, and what I feel is sometimes some of these are elderly people too. And they don't, a lot of people, when they get older, they don't give them, they don't give the elderly respect. Like, oh man, she better hurry up. I've been waiting 15 minutes. I'm about to bail out. I've seen this happen, man. I went to my dialysis center was in the hood, okay? And I seen drivers act shitty towards people. Man, won't they hurry up? Come on, throwing their bags in the transportation van and just, treating them not in the best way. You feel where I'm going. And I've even mentioned something do some stuff like that. Like, look, man, you wouldn't be acting like that if that was your grandmother. That's somebody else's grandmother. That's somebody else's mom. And you treating them like that, throw their bags in, skirt off. And I've seen transportation guys be very, very good too. I see some great ones, show people a lot of love. Like, hey, how you doing, Miss Williams? Come on, get them in there, and they be happy to see them and everything. So I'm not disrespecting any transportation guy people at all, because I've seen the good and I've seen the bad. But again, this is a government funded situation all the way around. And when it comes down to it, the government is dropping the ball on this. That's where I'm coming with. The government is paying this company Assist. The government is paying US Arena, and they ain't missing no payments with them. And they ain't not, you know what? They need to get docked. Somebody need to get docked some percentages because they docked these.
Someone somewhere.
Yeah, they dock these dialysis corporations now for not doing the right way. When a patient's blood pressures, when they get a lot of patients whose blood pressures ain't up to standards, or their dialysis adequacy is not up to standards, those things like that, they get docked. They need to start docking them on this transportation issue also. They need, and if they start docking U.S. Renal on that transportation, I bet it won't be a problem then. Hit them where it hurts.
Oh,
hit them in the pocket.
For sure.
Hit them in the pocket, and I bet it won't be a problem then. I bet you won't get no problems out of them then. I bet everybody be getting on time, and everybody be getting taken home and everything.
Yeah, I hope we see a change in this situation, and I don't mean the next year or two. I mean like now.
Like now.
Because they're gonna look up, and these missing treatments are gonna be causes of hospitalizations and deaths, and that's definitely one thing I don't
you know
want
what?
to do.
And if somebody dies because they missed a treatment or the toxins built up and they didn't get to run their treatment a full time, or something like that happens, it might be hell to pay. You know what I'm saying? Somebody going. But what we'll do is this. I always want to bring these kind of articles up that nobody knows nothing about. And that's why, I think, what we do is good, because this kind of stuff needs to be said. Nothing like this is going to get, might not make the news and stuff like that, but it definitely needs to be said. And so I'm going to try to stay up on this article. If I hear anything else about this article, I'm going to bring it to everybody's attention, because these kind of things happen, but a lot of times no one's saying anything about them. And again, this is the population that falls to the wayside. This is the population that ain't got a voice. And I feel we're going to be that voice and bring attention to people and let them know what's going down.
Definitely. We'll definitely keep over time. It'll be ongoing. So definitely be able to give you bring you some updates on that. Whether it's here, we may even pop up on Instagram or something like that. If it's like spare the moment or something like that, can't get to to the laptop or whatever, but we'll definitely anytime we see an update on this, we'll bring it to you definitely, so we can keep you guys informed on that. So we appreciate you all for watching live this Let's Talk segment, or watch the replay later. We appreciate your love and the support. We're gonna be back tomorrow. I know we got the conference tomorrow, so we come. We're still gonna do this in the morning, or we're gonna, what you want to do, Mr. Cook?
We'll get it in. We'll talk. We'll get it in.
Cool. Well, we'll be back tomorrow morning for our normal Let's Talk segment, as well as our dialysis conference tomorrow evening that we're getting ready for. So very excited for that. So hope you all have a great day, getting ready for a great weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Peace.